What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is OdinKing. His opponent today in the red color playing as Odin. His name is Rappel. Funnily enough, OdinKing does not feel like he is the king of Odin against Rappel. Instead, deciding to go for some different gods, taking Cronus in that first game, then going with the Zeus in the second game, and now finally wrapping things up with the Ra here. And Rapl, on the other hand, taking his Odin. He is an Odin one trick, so he plays that Odin a lot. He did take Zeus in that first game, but it obviously went very, very poorly for him. So such is life. However, that is a thing. So Rapl over here casting the Great Hunt, getting all of those goats that he likes, and the pigs in as well. I think he may have been shorted a pig here. What you kind of want out of this situation, at least, depends on what you want, basically. If you want more total food to be had before you farm, you go for a Great Hunt on the goats, on the herdables. If you want more hunts, you want to try and get as much as you can. So from these pigs, you can get 600 food, which leaves 2 goat to be 2 goat to be converted. So if you bring more than that, you may get unlucky and not get that extra boar. However, am I wrong? Yeah, no, it is. He only got 1 boar. So such a thing. These are goat, not sheep, aren't they? These are definitely goat. Look at them. They look like goat. Let me zoom in. Boom. Goat. Did I say they were sheep? Same thing. They're all the same. I don't even know. Brain doesn't work. Brain dead. And Rapl upset about seeing the 2 gold mine ghost lake. However, he's not realized how bad this gold mine is for OdinKing. And right now, there's a huge amount of lag coming from Rapl. And OdinKing's not going to be happy about that one there. Did I say pigs? Well, pigs, goats, sheep, herdables. It's all the same thing, is it not? Oh, send help. Okay, Monuments of the Village going up for OdinKing. A bit of idle town center time here. It's because he had some idle villager time, I think. He may be going for a Bast style here, which is actually quite good against the Norse, or the Thor and the Odin, because they don't have access to that. Well, Thor has access, so I guess we'll just stick to Odin. Going Bast against Odin is a good idea. Getting those Sphinx out, doing a lot of damage with those Sphinx, getting the raids onto the hunt when they don't think that it can happen and things like that. And then also once the Sphinx come in with an eclipse timing push, it's difficult to deal with, especially with some axemen to back them up and spearmen as well to boot. We do see a relic here for this fair. Does this tell him anything? Anvil of Hephaestus, big relic. It's one of the few relics which gives a civilization a unique bonus. And what I mean by that is there's not really any relics which give, say, like double infantry damage to buildings, for example. There's nothing that does that. And funnily enough, I think that would actually be an interesting. It just goes to show you that that's possibly why Thor is not so good. It's because his upgrade is not worth. It's not that his unique upgrade is not that valuable, such that that there is a relic for it. And speaking of that, I think it would be super interesting to include some of those relics in the game, such as infantry to do double bonus damage to buildings. So you could see some things like an aggressive Egyptian infantry all in onto a town center or something with shifting sands or something like that would be really cool. But obviously that would probably be a little bit broken. And if there's anything we know about balance in this game, is that we don't like things that are broken, do we? But Tar coming through, Freya coming through. The town center situation over here is actually not that bad, because he's got the boar on top of it, so he can eat those, and then he can go heroic age off no gold mine. So the gold mine situation, the second, I guess in this map, the 3rd gold mine here is very, very poor for OdinKing. So if Rapl can make a really strong mid-game timing push is probably going to be about 15, 16 minutes in. So it's going to be late in the game, and the Egyptian player will probably have a Son of Osiris by then. So it's going to be tough, but he can push in with, say, heavy raiding cavalry, like mass heavy raiding cavalry, and a frost to like snipe off that Son of Osiris, and you could possibly win the game there as an option. We do see the Pharaoh Neferhotep over here chilling, be empowering this, but the Valkyrie does come in, going to be trying to pick this off, but Pharaoh going to be pushing that one away for the time being. Now this town center going to be going up, and you can see because he sent 9 villagers over here, he's also using his priest, which is actually a very big mistake. You want to be sending your Pharaoh over here. The empower difference is huge, right? It's like 30% build rate versus 75% build rate, so it's more than double. But he does send all these villagers over here to grab these boar, as it looks like OdinKing's going to be going for a rainless fast heroic. And what's the question over here for Rapl? He actually went for a very fast town center himself, and it was quite quick as well. And this is probably actually the more pressing issue here for OdinKing is going to be if Rapl goes for this raiding cavalry thing, he'll have a Ragnarok there as well. So in fact, these 2 gold mines may expire by the time Rappel hits that mythic age through Balder with a full raiding cavalry army with heavy raiders. That is what you want, because that means then the Egyptian player can't just blindly spam out axemen to deal with that, because then the raiders just come in, sweep up all the axemen, and then you're completely good to go. So we will see. We will see what he chooses to do. There's a relic over here, the Trios bow. Again, another huge relic. I don't think that it's great. It's obviously not that great for Norse, because they generally don't build the ballista, and 2 range on a ballista really isn't that much. We see some walls coming up here, and we will be seeing a heroic age coming through soon for OdinKing, who's throwing up his barracks preemptively. We have lots of gold in the bank. Not quite enough gold. Sitting at 412, still very low. However, he does not need to rush to get to this next age. Do you see the Valkyrie coming here, going to be jamming away at some of these villages here. I think if he can come in and he can, because I don't think the Wadger can hit him, if he can come in back and forth a couple of times, get a bit of damage onto this, then Forest Fire here, he may be able to kill off a couple of these villagers on the wood, but it's a bit of a non-event. We do see Skadi coming in for Rappel, so nice and fast there. So we may be going for an infantry-based army, which seems to be what the Norse players like to do. They like to go for those infantry-based armies, going for like Ulfsar, Kaskal, throwing axemen style stuff when they're dealing with the Egyptians. But I think that the meta is kind of evolving a little bit, and players are kind of getting around that by making axemen and actively making axemen. We do see OdinKing going for a fast 3rd town center, or going to be sneaking up a Migdol stronghold on this large gold mine, which would be a really smart idea. However, Rappel is already moving over here, and these villagers will be spotted by the Raven, it looks like. Just spotted by the Raven? No, just sitting outside the range of the Raven here. Maybe. Unless Rappel saw that. He may have spotted that one. There is a spearman over here already. A couple of spearmen getting pushed back here already. And the Wadget over here chilling. The Raven sitting just out of line of sight here. Skadi comes through for Rappel. Very forward hill fort here. This is going to be where the Migdol stronghold comes up. So Rappel looks like he wants to hit some sort of a timing. And he's making raiding cavalry as well. Because it looks like... I don't know if I like this. So raiding cavalry are really weak when you aren't massing them. When you mass them and you micro them well, and you get all your upgrades, the base stats or the base armor becomes really relevant. So once you get heavy upgrades onto them, they become very strong. But if you go for this fast heroic stuff, 2 town center fast heroic, and you start making a hill fort, you've only got the 2 or 1 longhouse in this situation making raiding cavalry. Your opponent's actually making spearmen here as well. So you should be making throwing axemen Huskal in this situation here, because the spearmen don't actually counter the Huskal when the throwing axemen are there, because the Huskal have a lot of HP, and while they don't have a lot of hack armor, they do about the same amount of damage to the Spearman as the Spearman would do to the Huskar in a way, and they have such low HP. The value is very similar. There's the Shifting Sands though. Pulls in most of these units, but not all of them. One Hersa stays back here to finish off that hill fort, and we do see that Rapl going to lose a couple more of these units. There is a Locust onto this situation over here. Only gets one villager though, as the rest of them jump into the town center. A little bit unlucky. We do see the rock getting targeted there by the town center. It gets pushed away, but Tsukot's going to be doing some more damage. Rapl not paying attention. Going to be losing another villager here, it looks like. To the Locust. No, he's going to stay alive and chill and then go back to his demise over here. Yeah, he's walking over here. Rapl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Looks fine. Looks fine. Does survive, not losing any of them. There's the rain coming down for OdinKing now. He's got his chariot archers out. He's got his spearmen out, and we do see heavy or medium infantry coming in for Rapl as he's moving back and forth with the raiding cavalry, and OdinKing pushing him back. There is no frost that can be used onto this army right now, and the rock coming back in to drop that, but Tsukos off to help with this. Rapl a little bit short on houses, it looks like, and he's left his Frost Giant in his base now. Oh no. The Rock Raid of Doom coming in here. 7 Chariot Archers, 1 Patsukos, 1 very difficult rock to take down. However, it is quite low on HP, so if he wants to hit this location again, it's going to be a little bit difficult for him. However, he can just fly over here and take this attack this gold mine here. We do see the army of Rapl moving over here. The rock coming back, and Rapl smart enough to pull back, but he doesn't pull back all the way. Chariot Archers do drop in here, and throwing Axeman a little bit out of position right now, getting sniped straight away. We see the Valkyrie getting picked off there before the Priest move over onto that Frost Giant right now. The Frost Giant has his eyes set onto that Patsukos and does hit it there. Going to be freezing that one in its place. We see some raiding or some Axemen popping out here right now, and we do have the Axemen countering those Huskar quite nicely as Rapl not microing this one too well. We see the Siege Tower coming out, and we do have those units from OdinKing getting picked up, and it does look like that Patsukos is going to get left alive for the time being. One Frost Giant going to come over here and counter this Siege Tower very, very nicely. You can't really go for these cheeky Siege Tower pushes because there's a lot of resources there. 300 going to get traded there for about 400 HP there on the hill fort. It's just not worth it in the slightest. The army, or the rock army here from Rapl from OdinKing coming back in, going to be able to push on this small army over here as Rapl is struggling just a little bit to keep the pushing going on, but he is sitting at 121 population to OdinKing's 130 population. He does have his eyes set on this. There's a forest fire, nice forest fire. The unit's just going to pick themselves back up into the rock though, and we see Rapl going after this town center for the time being. Meanwhile, OdinKing leaving this gold mine nice and safe there. Going to move over here onto this thing. Still hasn't put that Anvil Hephaestus into the temple at this point. That's funny there. I guess he just doesn't want OdinKing knowing that it exists, and he'll put it in a bit later when he wants to upgrade his units. And we do see that the Frost Giant has hit that Patsukos there. It's going to be huge. The hill fort also targeting down the priest there. Nice micro from Rapl to do that one. Now the Huskar going after these Chariot Archers, and the town center going up for OdinKing as well. So both players on their way to that next situation in the game right now. Rapl pulling back. And Rapl needs to figure out a way to deal with this rock here. He needs to possibly just get some of these throwing axemen to hit the rock here and get the upgrade for it. You don't need a lot. You just need the upgrade. And he's sitting with only a small amount of military buildings. Indeed, he should not be any more Huskar either. There's the Huskar coming back out. Still going to keep going after this location. Nice concave here or choke point, I should say, from OdinKing to prevent this one from going up. We do see a frost coming in now for Rapl to prevent OdinKing from getting this town center. You can also go after the Migdol stronghold. This could be huge right now. We see the Patsukos dropping back out here. Frost Giant needs to click on that one. But now there's no frost to deal with the Son of Osiris, so it's probably going to be coming in for OdinKing. Check out his resources. He's actually quite low on a lot. He's got a lot of wood, maybe too much wood. And the Migdol stronghold going to be falling here with the assistance of the Frost Giant there. Does so much damage. And we're up to 3 town centers now for Rapl. And he is also making a raid over here with throwing axe. And it's not the best raid in the world, but it is a raid. Can hit that that Pharaoh as well there and pick that one off to really slow down his opponent there. And we've got the Patsukos coming over, or the Frost Giant coming over, but no special ability there is going to matter quite a bit. A couple of Huskarl coming over here, and these Huskarl have quite a bit of pierce armor. He's got double pierce armors now, 60%. So they take next to no damage, and they deal so much damage to these chariot archers, and they're all getting picked off. And OdinKing's gonna have to retreat out of here as Rappel is able to prevent OdinKing from mining this gold to the fullest extent, and also preventing OdinKing from getting this town center over. OdinKing is not down and out just yet, throwing up a Migdol stronghold over on this side of the map here. No fortified town centers just yet. Oh, there's the fortified town centers for OdinKing. So things are going to be a little bit even for a little bit here. However, Rappel going for his 4th town center now. Has a lot of food coming in. How's his upgrades looking? He's got winter harvest. He's got irrigation. So his food is coming in incredibly fast. This is one of the big reasons why Norse's economy is so strong is that winter harvest. Now some more axemen coming out for OdinKing, who doesn't prevent this town center from going up, as Rappel manages to get it up in time. Loses a couple of units there, but going to get some return fire in here. Now we see the raiding cavalry coming over onto this location here with all of these raiding cavalry and their double pierce upgrades right now, doing so much work to this OdinKing Ra army. Just way too difficult to deal with. However, he is actually managing to hold onto this location with the Pharaoh empowering this Migdol stronghold. Is more than enough to hold onto it. And villagers coming over here now to try and defend here, try and get this gold mine up. We do see that he has got Skin of the Rhino as well. His upgrades are irrigation himself. He's got shaft mine as well, but he doesn't have that quarry just yet. And we do see a random siege tower pops out. Again, 300 resources you're throwing away here. These are not cheap units. And you're throwing them away for free. So can't be doing that. Got to be super careful with your siege as Egyptian. And now Rapl is in a very commanding position. He's got full control of the map. He's starting his trade routes, throwing up walls over here in this corner.'s controlled this corner as well right now. We do see some chariot archers going for a raid themselves. However, there's nowhere for OdinKing to raid, and we also have Tyr coming through right now for Rappel. The complete balls on this individual, not going for Balder in this tournament match, and that Tyr is going to hurt OdinKing quite a bit right now. However, Osiris is on the way, so this may be a regretful moment for Rappel here, as he's not going to have a real good use or defense of that Son of Osiris here. He wants to go for Bravery Huskarl, it looks like. And, I mean, this does a lot of damage to the economy of OdinKing, and Rappel is very far in front at this point. And it's all going to be about if OdinKing can outplay Rappel right now in order to come back into this game. He gets the mummy out, so he can pick off these frost giants very, very easily. The axemen will be coming through as well, and lots of these units do fall. Osiris is through here. The Pharaoh pops out as well, going to be able to turn that one into the Son of Osiris to help prevent Rappel from really doing too much. I wonder if this is in range of the town center. A baluster up here with engineers. Engineers gives a little bit of range, 2 range as well, and we'll see if it's in range. I mean, we can just kill off this wall here and then start pushing in with towers at this point. A nice mummy pick off there yet again, picks off a Fenris Wolf. However, the Frost Giant is onto the mummy. We'll be able to snipe that one there. Nice play from Rappel there to finish off that mummy. The Son of Osiris sitting over here, and the Baluster able to counter it. Nice usage of the Baluster. Does a lot of damage to the Son of Osiris, doing so much in actuality as the Son of Osiris pulls back, and the rock coming in to save the day. We do have Axe of Muspel though, so this rock may get sniped while it's holding the Son of Osiris here. A mummy popping out as well, and we need to see that Frost Giant targeting the mummy here if it wants to slow it down, but it's not going to be able to do so. It does get picked off. We've got the Baluster chilling in the back. They need to hit this Son of Osiris. We do see the target has happened, but look at this Baluster getting sniped from all the way over here. We've got Champion Huskarl coming in. We still have no bravery. The Axeman coming in trying to pick this one off, as the Son of Osiris getting pushed back yet again. Population situation here. Rappel sitting with very low gold in the bank right now. Has a big amount to climb here, as OdinKing's got so many resources here, sitting at 900 food and 800 gold, and a Rapl sitting at 147 pop to 130 pop. However, the Son of Osiris is 22 HP. Absolutely huge for Rapl here. Going to be difficult for OdinKing to really come up with anything to deal with this hyper accelerated Norse late game here because of that early second Town Center. We've already got Champion Husker. We've already got almost full bronze. OdinKing's upgrades are very similar though. He's actually chasing Rappel's upgrades to a T. We've got the catapult comes out, the ballast to pick off that rock. Finally, the rock is dead. We've got those terrifying heavy raiders coming in right now, and the Odin army just tearing to shreds this Ra army of OdinKing. And do we have the bravery coming through just at this time? We've got Carpenters, we've got Coinage coming through for Rapl, taking down this Migdol stronghold. The Son of Osiris getting pulled back. It's not the best idea to keep this Son of Osiris alive. You know, getting that Pharaoh back out if you need to use it in your army is actually a bit better than keeping it idle. The Son of Osiris actually doesn't have any extra empowering properties, so it's not actually strong. And I love this from Rapl here, throwing up the watchtowers to prevent the impending mercenary spam here from OdinKing. Now all he has to do is drop a wall here as well, and then the Ballista can start sieging this location here, and that'll be huge. Nice play from Rapl. We do see some gold mine villages over here. Cheekily taking this. We've still got 1,000 gold left over here, and OdinKing's actually sitting at 12 resources. The Ballista coming in onto this location. Need to throw up a wall on your ballista. The towers are important, however the wall around them is more important because they're so low HP, 102, and they do a lot of damage with the burning pitch. However, these axemen are going to come and do so much damage here. Do we have crenellations? Crenellations is on the way to deal with these cavalry units here, and mercenary cavalry coming in. As I said, very strong units, 14.4 damage, 46% hack armor, 50% pierce armor. It's a lot. And while the watchtowers do pick it off very, very fast, the mercenary cavalry can pick off these ballista very fast as well. But I guess it's not going to matter, as there's actually so many watchtowers already up, so he's able to hold on to this position over here. We do see some rock drops coming in now for OdinKing, going after this town center. However, the throwing axemen are here to try and take this rock down. Rock moves at 4.5 speed. The track rating of the throwing axemen is 5, so they should hit this rock fairly accurately. And now the town center is falling though, and we've got the Son of Osiris coming over, going to be sniping these ballista. Nice play there. However, the Son of Osiris does get picked off, and OdinKing types GG. Well played by Rapl, finishing this game off, playing incredibly well there with the Odin, deciding to go with Tyr instead of the All-Wind Balder. Very smart play. Probably both would have worked, in all honesty. He was so far in front at that point, having 4 town center advantage, and that Tyr just pushed OdinKing further back, and then the upgrades came through, and Rapl showing that, you know, Odin, Norse, very strong god in this patch, does very, very nicely indeed. So GG, well played by Rapl. If you guys enjoyed this games or this series, please consider hitting the what do you call it? The subscribe button on the YouTube. If you're on the Twitch, hit that follow button. That's what it's called. I'm smart, I'm good, and I will see you guys in the next series.